So, hello. After going through Jason P. Lowery's book, Softwar, I can come up with summary here. It's a book that explores the challenges and opportunities in the world of software development. Lowery delves into the complexities of coding, the evolution of software engineering, and the impact of technology on society. He also discusses the importance of collaboration, adaptability, and innovation in the rapidly changing landscape of software development. Overall, I think the book offers insights into the dynamic and multifaceted nature of software creation and its profound effects on our lives, and it ends up playing a major role in the world because the world is digitizing, and to the point that children nowadays, the new generations, as we say, are all being born, raised, educated, live online, right? Digitally. I mean, there's 96 million square feet of freed up office space empty without anyone in New York City. It's crazy. So it's bringing real estate prices down a little bit. It would bring real estate prices down a little bit if it wasn't for the constant government money printing. So the main point here to emphasize is that digitally, humans live digitally now in every aspect of society. People are working from home. How? Through their computers. People have tablets, laptops, PCs, desktops, you name it, smartphones. Everybody has. I think it's like 6 billion people in the world have a smartphone. That's how we get so crazy videos from all over the world that people film. But the new generations are all studying, especially in the West, America, Australia, United States, Europe, New Zealand, even China, even parts of Africa. A lot of schools all over the world are now forgetting pencil and papers. Forget about that. They're all using tablets. My children use tablets here in New England. Most schools, if not all, here in America use tablets for the children now. Much more. As you grow up as an adult, you probably have more, less paperwork, physical paperwork, and more documentation online. And if you go to a hospital, everything is done online. They have backup generators specifically for power outages because everything is done online. Documentation, medication dosages, protocols, they're all online. Signatures, it's all done digitally. So not only in the medicine field, but in every field in our society, architecture is all done online by computers. Architects study a long time online and then they'll, build models and come up with practical solutions to build buildings, and engineers are all doing things online. The measurements are all made perfect by computing itself. So the world is changing. Everything is going to be done online, especially banking. Banking is going to be a big one because a lot of people in Africa, rural China, rural South America, people don't have access to a bank. Sometimes they live tens of miles, if not hundreds of miles away from the bank. They don't have proper infrastructure. They don't have roads. Much less they don't have cars. To take your donkey or your horse or your horse buggy to the center of town takes, hours. And just for banking, they're not going to do that. They rather trade goods and services or use fiat currency. But that's devaluing. So nobody's saving fiat currency anymore. Since everyone is becoming educated online now through social media, through decentralized applications, people just exchanging information between themselves, like WhatsApp. There are hundreds, if not thousands upon thousands of softwares that people are communicating in now, especially social media. They are all billions and billions of people performing trillions and trillions of conversations every day. So with time, we can see the trends that everything's going to be online. So this is where Bitcoin comes in because it's uninflatable by banksters, uninflatable by banks, incorruptible by politicians, and unmanipulable by anyone. So you can't inflate it, can't manipulate it, can't corrupt it, cannot inflate it, cannot manipulate it in any shape, way, or form. You have to abide by. This is where Softwar comes back in. Jason P. Lowery's Softwar. Nation states will no longer be doing physical kinetic power struggles. They will not be doing war anymore. That's very soon. It's coming up. So people are going to hash it out, so to speak, on the Bitcoin blockchain, on the network itself. People are going to have a computing power struggle and battle on the blockchain, which is great because now all of a sudden Bitcoin is increasing in power. The hash rate is already so the Bitcoin hash rate makes Bitcoin the most powerful computer on Earth by far. It would take about 4 planet Earths filled with computers to get even close to do a 51% attack on Bitcoin. It's amazing. Bitcoin seems to be like a living organism. I'm not saying it's a living organism. It's like a living organism because every attack, Bitcoin loves being attacked. Every attack that is performed on Bitcoin by an individual, nation state, hackers, a group of hackers, NGOs, every attack that is done on Bitcoin not only gets unaffected, but it's like a blob. It absorbs the attack and it adapts for the next attack that was similar to the attack. Bitcoin is already dynamic, versatile, and ready to absorb more attacks. It's amazing. Bitcoin loves when it's attacked. So this is how most people got into Bitcoin, by attacking it, by criticizing it and studying it. And when you start to study it for an hour, 2, a dozen hours, and then tens and tens of hours, and then hundreds of hours, then you start to understand that Bitcoin is something that not only it's not going to go away, but it's going to be adopted by billions of humans upon billions of humans, because everything is done online nowadays, as we were talking about. Even AI, artificial intelligence, is going to be doing transactions between itself. They're not going to use a settlement layer that's fiat paper, arbitrarily printed by humans, by flawed, imperfect humans. So artificial intelligence is going to want a perfect, flawless money, a perfect means of exchange, and a wonderful storage of wealth that can actually carry its value across space and time, because you can literally travel at the speed of sound across the globe, and you can perform a Bitcoin transaction to anyone, anywhere, 24/7. Bitcoin doesn't have hours of operation. Bitcoin operates 24/7, forever. And it can send it at the speed of light through lightning or liquid. So if you perform so internet's built in layers, HTTP, and then all the other layers on top, to the point that there is websites, social media, applications, decentralized applications. That's just how the internet is. It's built in layers, like a house. There is the concrete foundation. There is the bones of the house, which is mostly wood or bricks or metal or rebar. And then there is the bricks and the sheetrock and the insulation. And then there's the roof. Houses and homes and infrastructure in general is all built in layers. So the same thing will be the monetary protocol for humanity. It's going to be built in layers. Bitcoin is the base layer. Settlement means of exchanging goods or services and storage of value for all of the human race. That's what Bitcoin is. And that's basically summarized in a nutshell what Bitcoin is. But this is mostly, I'm doing a review on Jason P. Lowery's book. That's what you can kind of grasp from the book. And it's very good for humanity, because wars are not going to be done physically anymore. And that's why he cried on the episode 6 of Breedlove's What is Money show, because he was so happy. He was so happy. He cried out of joy, because human beings are not going to be killing each other anymore. Thankfully, thank God. Now, our children will have a more prosperous future. Our children will have a more peaceful world. Our children will be safer, and they will grow up together and mix and match with each other, and humanity is going to be finally a thriving society, like a hive mentality, because Bitcoin is the glue that glues us all together. And so that's all I wanted to say. Bitcoin is here to fix the money. Bitcoin is here to fix the world. If you want to store your value, do not work for a ever-inflating fiat. It's devaluing. The purchasing power of the paper money is dying. Bitcoin is only growing. Use a deflationary money, use Bitcoin, opt out of the fiat tyrant system. Bitcoin is rules without rulers for everybody in the world. A perfect monetary supply that can be used by anyone, anywhere, 24/7, forever, 365 days a year. It moves money, value, power at the speed of light. Literally, it harvests energy through proof-of-work mining algorithms. SHA-256 for now. I'm sure we will progress as time goes on. And Bitcoin harvests electricity and moves it at the speed of light across the planet. Thank God for Bitcoin. Thank you, Satoshi.